Welcome back to Tap Tech. This is the place where we break down the latest tech, explain what's new, and help you decide if it's worth your attention. Today, we're going to talk about the Apple TV 2025. Apple's streaming box has been around for years, but this new version is shaping up to be the most interesting upgrade in a long time. When you think of Apple TV, the first thing that comes to mind is usually streaming shows and movies. But Apple has been quietly turning this little box into something much bigger. The 2025 model could be more than just a way to watch Netflix and Apple TV+. It could be the centerpiece of your living room, gaming hub, and smart home brain, all rolled into one. Let's begin with what people want to know most: release timing. Apple usually refreshes Apple TV every 2 to 3 years, and the last update landed in 2022. That makes 2025 the perfect year for a major upgrade. The rumors point to a launch in the fall, likely around the same time Apple introduces new iPhones and iPads. That timing makes sense, because Apple loves tying its ecosystem together. When the new iPhone ships with a fresh chip, the Apple TV often gets that same boost. So what's new with this one? The biggest change will probably be inside. The Apple TV 2025 is rumored to ship with the new M5 chip, the same one that Apple is putting in its iPads and Macs. That's a huge leap. Why? Because it moves the Apple TV from being a simple streaming device to a serious performance machine. With the M5, you're looking at faster app launches, smoother navigation, and almost zero lag when switching between content. But more importantly, it unlocks things that older models simply couldn't handle. One of those things is gaming. Apple Arcade has been growing slowly, but Apple has big ambitions here. The M5 chip would let the Apple TV 2025 run console-quality games right on your TV. Imagine playing advanced titles with fluid 4K resolution and no stutter, all from a little box under your screen. If Apple pairs this with new controller support or even game streaming, the Apple TV could finally compete with more traditional consoles for casual gamers. Another major upgrade is video playback. The Apple TV 2025 is expected to support 8K resolution for the first time. Now, not everyone has an 8K TV, but Apple thinks long-term. By adding support now, it ensures the device won't feel outdated in a few years. Along with 8K, you can expect better HDR standards, including Dolby Vision IQ, which adapts to the lighting in your room automatically. That means your shows and movies will always look balanced and vibrant, whether you're watching in a bright living room during the day or a dark home theater at night. Sound is also a big part of the experience. The new Apple TV is rumored to improve audio output with support for spatial audio in more formats. If you have AirPods or a home theater system that supports Dolby Atmos, the effect will be more immersive than ever. Think of sitting in your living room and feeling sound moving around you, not just from the front but from above and behind as well. Design-wise, don't expect radical changes. Apple likes to keep the Apple TV small, simple, and minimal. It will probably stick to the same compact box, but there may be some refinements, like better ventilation or a slimmer profile. What could change more noticeably is the remote. The Siri remote has already seen updates, but Apple might go further this time, possibly adding haptic feedback, improved motion sensing for games, and faster navigation with touch gestures. Another interesting area is integration with Apple's ecosystem. The Apple TV has always worked well with iPhones, iPads, and Macs, but in 2025, it may go deeper. One feature that's been rumored is continuity across devices. Imagine starting a game on your MacBook, then picking up right where you left off on your Apple TV. Or using your iPhone as a secondary screen while you're watching something. These small touches create that seamless Apple experience people love. On the smart home side, Apple is also making moves. The Apple TV already acts as a HomeKit hub, but the 2025 model could expand its role with better Matter support. Matter is the new smart home standard that lets devices from different brands work together. With stronger hardware and faster wireless radios, the Apple TV 2025 could control more devices, faster and more reliably. That means your lights, thermostat, and Security cameras would respond instantly, all through Apple's system. Another area to watch is AI and personalization. Apple has been quietly adding machine learning across its devices, and the Apple TV may start to feel smarter in how it recommends content. It could learn your habits better, suggest shows you'll actually watch, and even adjust settings like brightness or sound modes automatically based on what you're playing. Now let's talk about pricing. Apple has always charged more for the Apple TV than most competitors like Roku, Fire Stick, or Chromecast. The current Apple TV 4K sells for around $129 to $149. With the 2025 model packing in the M5 chip and new features like 8K and gaming power, it's likely to cost more. The safe guess is somewhere between $199 and $249. That sounds high, but Apple will market it as more than a streaming box. They'll present it as a premium home hub and gaming device, which makes the price easier to justify. Still, value matters. If you just want to stream shows, you don't need this much power. You can buy cheaper devices for a fraction of the cost. The Apple TV 2025 will appeal most to people already in the Apple ecosystem: iPhone users, Mac users, AirPods users who want the best possible integration. It's also for those who want a box that lasts years without slowing down. But as always, there are trade-offs. The Apple TV won't replace a PlayStation or Xbox for hardcore gaming. It may support more advanced titles than before, but it won't get every big release. Also, 8K is exciting, but content in 8K is still rare. So while the feature is future-proof, you may not use it right away. So should you upgrade? If you have the 2022 Apple TV and you're happy with it, you might not need to rush. But if you want the latest gaming, 8K support, faster speeds, and a stronger smart home hub, the Apple TV 2025 will likely be a solid investment. Apple is clearly trying to make this more than just a streaming device. They want it to be the central brain of your home entertainment and smart home setup. Whether it succeeds will depend on how well the features work together and how many people see the value. And that's the exciting part. The Apple TV 2025 might not look like a revolution at first glance, but when you add up the M5 chip, gaming upgrades, 8K video, smarter audio, tighter ecosystem integration, and expanded smart home features, it becomes one of the most powerful little boxes Apple has ever made. That wraps up our look at the upcoming Apple TV 2025. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more updates on the latest tech, make sure to subscribe to Tap Tech. We'll keep bringing you clear, honest reviews and insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.